The Dallas Cowboys have made a roster move that is creating a buzz among fans and analysts alike. As quarterback Michael Ogier officially joins the team, this isn't the kind of signing that immediately changes the trajectory of the season or signals a franchise-altering acquisition. But it's a move that makes a lot of sense given the circumstances the Cowboys are facing right now. The quarterback room has been hit hard by injuries and uncertainties, and the team needed someone who could step in with a level of familiarity with professional defenses, someone who can learn the system quickly, and someone who can simply provide a body to help get the team through the remainder of training camp and the rest of the preseason. Michael Ogier is no stranger to professional football, although his journey has been a roller coaster of highs and lows. Drafted in the third round out of Iowa back in 2020, he entered the NFL with some promise, a player with the size, arm strength, and physical traits that teams often look for in a quarterback with developmental potential. Standing at 6'3", weighing around 100 pounds, and boasting impressive arm length, OJ checks off a lot of the boxes that franchises, particularly the Cowboys, tend to favor when they're searching for quarterbacks who can fit into their system. This isn't just about raw talent, it's about fit, and the Cowboys have a track record of gravitating toward players with certain physical profiles. Ogier's combination of height, reach, and presence on the field makes him the kind of player who naturally attracts their attention. His career started in Denver, where he spent the first couple of seasons with the Broncos. During his rookie year, Ogier actually saw a significant playing time, starting 11 games and recording a substantial portion of the 73 tackles he has accumulated over his NFL career. That first season gave him exposure, experience, and a chance to showcase some of his potential under real game conditions. However, after that initial opportunity, his career trajectory became less consistent. Injuries, competition, and team changes meant that he saw limited action in subsequent seasons. He briefly joined the Chicago Bears in 2022, had some appearances with the Los Angeles Rams in 2023, and spent time on practice squads and preseason rosters before heading to the DC Defenders in the spring of 2025. Despite the fluctuations in his career, Ogier's arrival in Dallas makes perfect sense from a depth and preparedness standpoint. The Cowboys are navigating a challenging situation at quarterback with injuries and uncertainties that make each practice and preseason game more critical. The team needed someone who could step in immediately, someone who can absorb the playbook, quickly understand the defensive schemes, and provide stability in a position that's suddenly stretched thin. This isn't a signing designed to upgrade the quarterback room dramatically. It's a strategic, practical move to ensure the team can continue functioning smoothly, while protecting the health of their primary starters and managing the risks that come with a banged-up roster. Ogier's physical attributes are significant, but it's not just his size that matters to the Cowboys. The team values intelligence, adaptability, and the ability to learn systems quickly. Ogier has experience in multiple professional environments, from the NFL to the XFL, giving him exposure to different defensive schemes, coaching philosophies, and team dynamics. That experience allows him to step into the Cowboys' environment with a baseline understanding of what's expected, which is invaluable when a team is juggling injuries and trying to maintain competitive integrity during preseason games. Even if he doesn't ultimately make the long-term roster, his presence provides a buffer, a safety net that allows coaches to manage practice reps, preserve the health of starting quarterbacks, and evaluate younger players without stretching their depth too thin. The move also highlights the broader challenges the Cowboys face defensively, particularly in the secondary. Quarterback injuries have left the team scrambling for bodies, and while Ogier is a quarterback, his addition reflects the larger strategy of ensuring the team can survive short-term adversity. With several key players either injured or questionable, the Cowboys needed reinforcements across the roster, and bringing in someone familiar with high-level football concepts helps stabilize the situation. It's a reminder that roster management in professional football isn't just about star power. It's about having the right mix of players who can perform reliably, fill gaps when needed, and maintain the overall functionality of the team even under pressure. Michael Ogier's career statistics provide context for the type of player he is. While his early season in Denver included 11 starts and some notable contributions, his coverage numbers and efficiency were a mixed bag. Completion percentages, yards per target, and other passing metrics indicate a player with potential who faced challenges adjusting to the speed and complexity of professional defenses. However, what may have limited his on-field success in previous stints doesn't negate the value he brings in terms of depth, knowledge, and readiness to step in as needed. For a team like the Cowboys, navigating injuries and the rigors of preseason, that kind of contribution can be the difference between maintaining momentum and facing complications that impact performance across multiple positions. This signing also serves as a reflection of the Cowboys' approach to player evaluation and team building. They're willing to look beyond the surface and consider how a player's attributes, past experiences, and adaptability fit into the current roster situation. Ogier's ability to integrate quickly, understand defensive schemes, and participate in practices without requiring extensive acclimation makes him an ideal candidate for this type of short-term reinforcement. It's a calculated strategic addition that prioritizes functionality and preparedness over long-term projection, recognizing the immediate needs of the team while still keeping an eye on potential future contributions. For fans watching closely, it's clear that this move isn't about creating headlines or celebrating a marquee signing. It's about pragmatism, resource management, and ensuring that the Cowboys can survive a challenging stretch of the preseason with the tools they have at hand. Ogier brings experience, size, and intelligence to a quarterback room that is stretched thin, giving coaches options and allowing them to manage reps carefully, protect starters, and maintain a competitive environment during training sessions and preseason games. As the Dallas Cowboys integrate Michael Ogier into the roster, the focus naturally turns to how this signing will influence the broader quarterback room, as well as the team's strategic approach during the remainder of training, camp, and preseason games. While Ogier is not being brought in as a long-term solution, his presence allows the coaching staff to navigate several pressing concerns that have emerged in recent weeks: injuries, limited practice availability, and the need to manage reps efficiently have created a situation where depth at quarterback is not just beneficial, it's critical. Ogier's experience across multiple professional teams and leagues makes him uniquely suited for this short-term role, as he can absorb the playbook quickly and provide a reliable option for scrimmages, situational drills, and preseason matchups. Ogier's journey through the NFL and beyond has been anything but linear, yet it has prepared him for exactly this kind of situation. His early years with the Denver Broncos included meaningful playing time, where he started 11 games as a rookie, a rare opportunity that allowed him to test his skills against top-tier competition. That experience laid a foundation that he has built upon through subsequent stints with the Bears, Rams, Cardinals, and most recently the DC Defenders. Each stop offered lessons in system adaptability, reading defenses, and managing professional expectations, all of which make him an asset for a team needing someone who can hit the ground running. While his statistics may not jump off the page, his knowledge and ability to contribute in practice situations, particularly with complex offensive schemes, provide a type of value that is often overlooked in casual analysis. The Cowboys' current quarterback room is marked by vulnerability. Injuries to key players have forced the team to rethink practice rotations and preseason participation, making it essential to have someone like Ogier available. The team starters cannot afford to take every rep in practice without risk, and young quarterbacks, while talented, require guidance and protection during high-intensity drills. Ogier's arrival fills a gap, allowing coaches to preserve the health of their primary players while still maintaining competitive simulations and practice. His role is not glamorous, nor is it necessarily permanent, but it ensures that the Cowboys can continue developing younger talent, testing schemes, and preparing for regular season matchups without overextending key personnel. Ogier also brings a certain intellectual readiness to the table. Quarterbacks who have experienced multiple teams often develop a broader understanding of defensive structures, coverage schemes, and offensive adjustments. While some may view his career as a series of stops and starts, it is precisely this variety that equips him to step into the Cowboys system quickly. The coaching staff can rely on him to grasp complex concepts, execute drills correctly, and act as a stabilizing presence for other players. Where injuries and uncertainty dominate discussions, having someone who can function independently, follow directions, and contribute to practice efficiency is invaluable. This strategic addition emphasizes preparation over immediate results. a philosophy that often differentiates teams that survive the grueling preseason from those that struggle. The broader context of the Cowboys roster challenges highlights why Allgeier's signing is both necessary and prudent. The team's quarterbacks, for example, have been severely impacted by injuries, forcing the coaching staff to make difficult decisions about which players can safely participate in preseason games. With multiple key players either questionable or sidelined, the Cowboys face a delicate balancing act between maintaining competitiveness, protecting starters, and giving younger players opportunities to gain experience. Allgeier's presence, while a quarterback, is part of a larger pattern of strategic depth building that permeates the team's approach to injury management and roster preparation. In professional football, it's often these behind-the-scenes maneuvers that determine a team's ability to start the season strongly. Looking at the numbers from Allgeier's career provides additional context for his current role. During his rookie season, he accumulated the majority of his 73 career tackles and participated in 11 starts, forcing for fumbles and contributing 9 pass breakups. While he has not recorded an interception and his coverage numbers were modest, these statistics underscore a player who is active, engaged, and capable of contributing meaningfully when called upon. Since that initial season, his playing time has been limited, but his experience navigating multiple team environments has likely honed his adaptability, work ethic, and resilience, traits that are precisely what the Cowboys need in the short term. Beyond the practical and statistical considerations, Allgeier's signing reflects the Cowboys' broader philosophy when it comes to roster construction and player evaluation. The organization consistently values physical traits, intellectual readiness, and adaptability, often seeking players who can integrate into systems quickly and perform under pressure. Allgeier, with his size, arm strength, and professional experience, fits this mold perfectly. While he may not emerge as a long-term solution at quarterback, his profile aligns with the team's immediate needs, ensuring that they can navigate the remainder of training camp and preseason games with a measure of stability. The presence of Allgeier also has implications for younger quarterbacks in the Cowboys system. Having a veteran, experienced player available provides a point of reference, a mentor, and a stabilizing figure who can offer guidance during practices and situational drills. In high-pressure environments, the ability to observe and learn from someone who has faced real game scenarios can accelerate development for younger players. While his role may be temporary, the educational impact and the level of professionalism he brings are likely to benefit the team long after he is gone. Strategically, the Cowboys' decision to sign Allgeier underscores a broader understanding of roster management. In the NFL, the team had limited options due to injuries, practice limitations, and preseason requirements. Bringing in a player who is ready to contribute immediately ensures that coaches can maintain competitive practices, protect key starters, and evaluate the remaining talent effectively. The move is not about creating headlines or signaling a major shift in the team's strategy. It's about survival, efficiency, and practical problem-solving in a high-stakes environment. In many ways, it exemplifies the type of decision-making that separates successful franchises from those that falter when adversity strikes. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers across the NFL universe have finally materialized into what can only be described as one of the most seismic shocks in recent professional football history. Sources close to the league, who have asked to remain anonymous due to the sensitive nature of the negotiations, have confirmed that Joe Burrow, the young and dynamic quarterback whose performances with the Cincinnati Bengals have been both electrifying and record-breaking, has officially inked a deal with the Dallas Cowboys. This move, long rumored to be a possibility in hushed conversations among analysts and insiders, has ignited a frenzy across social media platforms, sports talk radio, and even casual water cooler discussions as fans and commentators alike attempt to grapple with the sheer implications of such a seismic transition. Burrow, whose poise under pressure and uncanny ability to read defenses has earned him comparisons to some of the greatest quarterbacks in history, now finds himself in a new football ecosystem that has historically been defined by its star-studded lineage, relentless media scrutiny, and passionate fan base. The deal, while financial terms remain undisclosed, is rumored to be among the most lucrative contracts in league history, signaling the Cowboys' intention to not just compete, but redefine their offensive identity and assert dominance in a league increasingly dominated by high-octane passing attacks, innovative schemes, and quarterbacks capable of rewriting the statistical playbooks in real time. Analysts are speculating endlessly about the strategic implications of Burrow joining a roster already brimming with talent, considering the potential synergy between his precision passing and the Cowboys' versatile receiving core, as well as the veteran leadership sprinkled across the offensive line, which could either accelerate his assimilation or pose unexpected challenges in terms of chemistry and play calling. Enthusiastic supporters and cautious skeptics alike are dissecting every possible scenario, ranging from a meteoric rise to Super Bowl contention to the pitfalls inherent in high-profile transitions, as the league collectively holds its breath to witness how this unprecedented pairing might reshape both the NFC East landscape and the broader NFL hierarchy. Rumors, speculation, and excitement are at a fever pitch, with fan forums exploding with fervent debates, mock projections, and wild predictions underscoring just how deeply this development has penetrated the consciousness of the football community, elevating what was once a whisper into an undeniable roar of anticipation. The Dallas Cowboys, an organization steeped in tradition, championship lore, and a fervent national following, have reportedly orchestrated what insiders are calling a bold, perhaps even audacious, strategic maneuver by bringing Joe Burrow into their fold. This acquisition, according to multiple sources familiar with the inner workings of the team, represents not only a commitment to immediate competitiveness, but also a long-term vision of sustained excellence designed to captivate an ever-demanding fan base and reinvigorate the storied franchise's reputation for innovative offensive play. Burrow's arrival is said to have already influenced the Cowboys' internal culture, with coaches, teammates, and front office personnel reportedly adjusting game plans, practice routines, and personnel evaluations to maximize the potential of a quarterback who is both exceptionally cerebral and instinctively athletic. The ripple effects of this signing extend far beyond the confines of Arlington, Texas, as rival teams are now scrambling to reassess their defensive schematics, scouting priorities, and draft strategies in anticipation of facing an offense led by a quarterback capable of dissecting coverage with surgical precision while maintaining composure in the most intense situations imaginable. According to whispers in the league, the synergy between Burrow and the Cowboys' offensive arsenal could redefine standards for quarterback play, forcing defenses to innovate or risk being systematically dismantled, creating a chess-like battle that promises both tension and spectacle on a weekly basis. Sports commentators are reportedly adjusting their narratives to reflect the seismic nature of the transaction, crafting storylines that speculate on potential playoff trajectories, divisional supremacy, and the unprecedented combination of veteran savvy and youthful explosiveness that Burrow brings to a Cowboys roster already laden with talent at multiple skill positions. Meanwhile, the media landscape is ablaze with conjecture about how this move could alter the power dynamics of the entire league, with some insiders hinting that this signing could catalyze a wave of quarterback mobility, front office risk-taking, and strategic reinvention, ultimately ushering in a period in which conventional wisdom about team construction and competitive balance is challenged, reframed, and potentially overturned, setting the stage for what may be one of the most fascinating and closely scrutinized chapters in modern NFL history, fueled by speculation, hype, and the ever-present tension between expectation and performance. In locker rooms across the league, murmurs of shock, admiration, and calculated concern have taken root as players and coaches digest the implications of Joe Burrow's unexpected journey to Dallas, while some veterans reportedly view the signing as a masterstroke of talent acquisition, capable of immediately elevating the Cowboys to perennial Super Bowl contenders. Others have quietly expressed reservations about the challenges inherent in adapting to a new system, building rapport with a different set of receivers, and navigating the intense media scrutiny that accompanies the Cowboys' every move. Analysts are abuzz with debates over how Burrow's distinctive strengths, his rapid release, uncanny anticipation, and leadership under pressure will mesh with a franchise that has oscillated between periods of explosive success and near-miss heartbreaks over the past decades. The conversation extends into speculative territory, with insiders contemplating scenarios ranging from record-breaking regular seasons to playoff heartbreaks, drawing parallels with past high-profile quarterback acquisitions that reshaped the destinies of iconic franchises. Social media platforms have transformed into virtual stadiums where fan reactions are simultaneously jubilant, skeptical, and speculative, creating a constant feedback loop that fuels both hype and anxiety about what the upcoming seasons might bring. Rumors abound regarding potential offensive strategies, with some commentators suggesting that Burrow's cerebral approach to reading defenses could be paired with innovative pre-snap motion schemes designed to exploit mismatches and stretch defenses to their breaking point, while others are questioning whether the team's existing playmakers can adjust to a quarterback who thrives on precision timing and preemptive decision-making. The intrigue is further amplified by conjecture about locker room dynamics, with observers speculating on how Burrow's presence might shift leadership hierarchies, influence player morale, and even alter coaching strategies in ways that could ripple through every facet of the organization, potentially redefining the Cowboys' identity in both tangible and symbolic terms. From analysts to casual fans, the excitement, tension, and sheer magnitude of the story has created a narrative that is part rumor, part prophecy, and entirely captivating, leaving the entire NFL world poised for what promises to be an era of unprecedented attention and speculation, driven by the presence of one of the most gifted quarterbacks of his generation, stepping into one of the most storied franchises in football history. The media storm surrounding Joe Burrow's arrival in Dallas has reportedly reached unprecedented levels, with journalists, commentators, and insider sources clamoring to provide analysis, interviews, and projections that attempt to capture the essence of a move that some are calling transformational for the league. Early reports suggest that coverage has not been limited to traditional sports outlets. Mainstream media, international networks, and even social commentary programs are reportedly dissecting the deal, exploring its broader cultural, financial, and competitive implications as if Burrow's signing were a phenomenon transcending the mere boundaries of football. Speculation continues to dominate narratives, with pundits offering detailed breakdowns of potential offensive packages, expected passing efficiency improvements, and hypothetical playoff matchups that might arise from Burrow's presence under center. At the same time, fan speculation is intensifying, with fantasy football enthusiasts recalculating draft boards, season predictions, and statistical models in light of the quarterback's new home, while rival franchises reportedly conduct internal assessments to determine whether adjustments in defensive schematics, player development strategies, or front office priorities are required to counteract the potential threat posed by Dallas' revamped offensive identity. Rumors have even surfaced suggesting that Burrow's presence could catalyze changes in team culture, practice intensity, and leadership structures as coaches attempt to harness both his skill and cerebral approach to the game in a manner that maximizes collective performance. Commentators speculate endlessly about the psychological effects of placing a quarterback of Burrow's caliber into an environment with heightened expectations, a relentless fan base, and a national spotlight that scrutinizes every pass, every decision, and every leadership moment. Observers are predicting a mix of exhilaration and pressure, optimism and doubt as Burrow navigates not only the playbook, but also the cultural weight of joining a franchise whose history is intertwined with legendary quarterbacks, iconic victories, and high-stakes drama. Each passing day adds layers to the narrative, with new rumors about training camp dynamics, preseason performances, and potential record-breaking games swirling through the sports media ecosystem, ensuring that the story of Joe Burrow and the Cowboys remains an endlessly analyzed subject of debate, analysis, and speculation as fans, analysts, and insiders attempt to divine what might come next in this thrilling, unpredictable, and potentially era-defining chapter of NFL history. As the NFL community continues to digest the monumental news, attention has reportedly shifted toward evaluating the long-term ramifications of Joe Burrow's integration into the Dallas Cowboys system, with experts speculating on everything from statistical projections to cultural shifts within the franchise. Sources close to the organization suggest that internal discussions are intensely focused on balancing Burrow's unique talents with the existing roster composition, including evaluating how to optimize offensive schemes, refine target distributions, and recalibrate quarterback decision-making processes to fully exploit matchups and defensive tendencies. Analysts are already projecting that the move could accelerate the Cowboys' evolution into a pass-heavy powerhouse, potentially redefining the expectations for NFC's competition and influencing the strategic approach of other franchises across the league as they scramble to either emulate or counteract the high-octane offensive capabilities that Burrow brings. Rumors abound regarding potential ripple effects on free agency, with speculation suggesting that the quarterback's presence could influence the recruitment of skill position players, the retention of key veterans, and even the drafting strategies for subsequent seasons as management seeks to ensure that the surrounding talent aligns with the quarterback's precision-oriented style. Social media chatter, sports forums, and online commentary platforms are reportedly saturated with predictions ranging from immediate Super Bowl contention to the recalibration of traditional power hierarchies within the league, reflecting both excitement and skepticism in equal measure. The narrative surrounding Burrow and the Cowboys appears to be unfolding in real time, with each practice report, training camp update, and preseason performance feeding a continuous cycle of rumor, anticipation, and analytical speculation, ensuring that the story remains not just about a single player's arrival, but about the potential transformation of an entire franchise and its standing in the broader NFL ecosystem. Experts are reportedly debating the balance between immediate performance expectations and long-term developmental goals, considering the challenges of integrating a quarterback with Burrow's skill set into a system historically characterized by its mixture of tradition, individual talent, and high-stakes media scrutiny. In short, every facet of the football world seems poised on the edge of anticipation as this signing continues to generate discussion, debate, and predictions that are unlikely to settle anytime soon, leaving fans and insiders alike in a state of electrifying suspense. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.